Alright, hello, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to this wonderful game, this very fun and entertaining game for that matter. But I cooked all the glass from yesterday, from last episode, which is pretty good, pretty pumped. And we're pretty much going to, like I said at the end of last episode, just continue to fill this sort of glass up and go around. And once that's all filled up, at least the top layer, we'll do the wall layer around. And then I reckon we'll get the sponges out and we'll start filling up with all the sponges, and just to get rid of all of the water, because I think it'll be about time that we actually have some space under here to be able to run around and do stuff. And I gotta say, I love how like all that grass has sort of become grass. Like that's such a funny sight under there. I don't know how that's happened, but it has. Now I do have to apologise. I'm recording this video on the 25th of May. This probably isn't going to go up till like June, the first week of June. So apologies if you guys have made like a bunch of comments on like certain requests and stuff, and it's like I haven't done it. I'm so weird with my like consistency of my recordings. Like sometimes I'll record one episode and then upload it, and then there'll be times like this where I'll record like literally the 3 videos that have gone up last week, and then this one which has gone up today, like a week in advance. And then it's like, well, I didn't actually end up seeing any of your comments. Well, I can't because you guys haven't commented yet. So apologies for that. But whatever you guys suggest, I'll do next episode. So I'll write it all down just in case. But yeah, it's been a blast to get back into this game. I gotta say, I don't want to say neglected it, but we had sort of a good run with the forest and Subnautica as well. So I kind of just left this game to the wayside. So I'm pretty pumped to be back into it and building stuff again, because it is so much fun to do so. Always quite enjoy building this stuff. But with that all being said, this is the layer done. The top layer done at least. Looks sick. Looks fantastic. But it also looks weird at the same time, I gotta admit. Like it is very strange looking. Now, I gotta admit, I'm not sure how I want to do this in regards to placing the wall bits, to be honest. I don't know if I should begin sort of digging this all out and then placing it, but then I don't think I'm going to be able to quite place the walls without digging this stuff out anyway, so I might just have to sort of suck it up and dig this all out. Yeah, I think I might just dig it. Might just start digging. At least this sort of side section, because this is just going to be a hassle to do otherwise. But then I don't know if I should go get the sponges and like use the sponges to start clearing up some of the water. Gosh, I didn't realise how like much there was to dig out here though. My gosh, it just goes on forever. Like it, just keep digging and digging and digging. Ah, here we go. Now we've hit the corner bit. Okay, good. This is what I wanted to get to eventually, which is good that we finally hit it. Doing well though. Like this is slowly starting to take shape one way or another. And I gotta say, I just realised the respiration has made such a difference, I gotta admit, for me here, because I'll just be drowning like constantly. So I'm actually glad that I got it. I did like underwater night vision again, and then that'll help me quite a bit. So at least I can see at night too. But having said that, that is this wall done, which is great. We're now fully secured. Or not fully secured, but mostly secured. At least we've got 2 layers to protect us underneath there if we were to ever get assaulted. Now for the fun part of getting rid of all of this water, I might sit up here and just smash this all out. Keep digging away. We'll get rid of all of this dirt. Just go right to the end. Perfect. There we go. That's what I wanted. I reckon we'll just place the top layer first, and then once that's done, I'll sort of do the couple layers underneath. It's going to look so cool, I got to admit. I'm so excited for this to all be done eventually. Now for the bottom layers, I'm going to dig all this up. And then that wall will be done, and then we'll go to the other side, and then I can actually start focusing on getting rid of all of the water. And then probably the not so fun bit begins of me digging all the way down to bedrock, which I just think is going to be so long to do. Actually, what I do need to go do is get more like just iron and stuff, because I need to finish off the actual like pyramid down the bottom, so I can get like haste level 2. Will just make my life a little bit easier with the digging and mining and all that, so which we do desperately need to do, which I actually probably could do maybe next episode. I could dig out, or we might actually have to do it upstairs, to be honest. Just thinking about it, like we might not have enough space down here just yet for a bunch of farms and stuff, but we'll get there eventually. Like I said, I just want to get this all done and dusted, and I gotta say, even being able to mine underwater like this is just so easy. It makes my life so much easier, because like God, this would have taken forever otherwise if I couldn't. I had to like manually do this by hand, or like, sorry, with the slower mining speeds. It would have just taken forever, and so would have made my life so miserable in trying to do so in the process. I don't want to jinx this just yet, but like we've done so well for this water to not spill over. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Okie dokes. Let's begin placing the rest of this glass down. Oh, and I realised I need to get rid of the dirt as well. Fortunately, I totally forgot to do that. But just like that, the walls are done. Awesome. I'm so happy. I'm pumped. Except for this bit here, I'm going to come back and fill this all up with actual stone, which we'll come and do promptly, but I just need to go and get the stone first. And we'll actually come and we'll just bring a bunch of sponges as well. So, oh, I had a lot more sand here as well. Jeez, I totally didn't even consider coming to check this side for sand. My gosh, that was stupid of me, but oh well, that's fine, actually. We actually had like a lot of leftover glass as well, which is pretty good, which is kind of a weird thing to say, considering that, you know, how much we struggled for glass for so long. Okie dokes, I have still got my sponges, which is awesome. I still, to this day, do not know what happened to that extra sponge that I had. Really must have disappeared. Hey kitty, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, my man. Yeah, I think it just low-key must have just despawned. It's the greatest crime ever committed. Alright, so now for the fun part of this, where I try and sort of get rid of all of this water with these sponges, which seems to be working pretty well, I've got to admit. It's working a lot better than these sections down here when I first built all that. If you guys remember those episodes, it was such a struggle. Like, I would place like my whole stack of sponges and it would get rid of like nothing. Whereas this seems to be doing like a far better job, which is awesome. Makes my life easier. The water seems to be going a lot easier as well, which is good. So it was such a struggle in the other sections. But it might also just be that there's less water here, whereas like once we get here, this is where it's going to be dramatic, because there's just so much of it. But either way, we'll just keep at it. I think my little tactic of doing it sort of row by row like this last time worked reasonably well. Like that, got rid of a whole bunch of water nicely. It's just like here, which is just crazy. Like you just place it, just sort of keeps coming. Like it's never ending. I guess I'll just be like a madman and just place as much sponges as I can and hope that it gets rid of it all. There we go. Kind of chewed through all of our sponges now. Oh, and I realised I actually need to go and get my hoe. I think the hoe was actually the thing that got rid of it all really well, ironically. So I should go do that. But I will actually clear out all of these blocks here, and then I'll go get the hoe and then sort of repeat the process nicely. That was pretty easy though. That got rid of so much water so quickly, which is just fantastic. Just makes my life, like I said, so much easier now that I can move around this whole section a lot more quickly. I gotta say, this shovel though is incredible. I love how quickly it gets rid of all of this dirt and gravel and all that and sand. It's just a demon. Like, how good is this? Like, god damn. I wish every block broke this easily, you know? Make my life so much easier. I guess admittedly though, it's going to be the more solid blocks which are nowhere near as fun to dig out. They take so much longer to do so, but that is a-okay. I'm going to say this is admittedly though so reminiscent of when we cleared out all the water from like this level inside the base and how long that took to do. Like, I was doing it block by block with like sand blocks at one point before I went, oh, I'll go get sponges. The sponges are so good. They make such a difference, I got to admit. Like, just makes my life so much easier. But there we go. We are fully all cleared out, which is nice. I should admittedly though place some torches around because we're going to have monsters spawn at some point, which is not going to be very good. I do need to also figure out some standard as well for where I'm placing torches along here and like how many blocks apart, because I kind of want it to look somewhat consistent. But for the meantime, I will just randomly place a bunch of torches along here, because not that it really matters because this is all going to get destroyed anyway. Alright, I need to go get that hoe, the mythical hoe. Alright, let's get all these nice sponges. Hopefully there's a few that are dry and I can sort of replace, because I noticed that when I was doing that the first time in the base, there were so many of them that like didn't actually absorb any water, and I was able to sort of like reuse them for the, you know, one block that I picked up that was dry. Well, that was scary, I got to admit. Jeez. I gotta say, I love that though, when it's thunder and rain and you're sort of protected underground. Such a good feeling. Oh, like that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Such a cool feeling. There we go. I did pick up about 5 that didn't absorb any water, so which is a good thing. Sort of clear some more out. However, I have lost 2 by the looks of it once again. This is exactly what I'm saying, where like some of them just are here, like this one. They just disappear. Oh, there we go, 63. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's what happens. Some of them just like, you know, fall in a crack somewhere and you never sort of see them again. Alright, I'm just going to fill this up, and then once this is filled, we are going to go into the nether very quickly and very briefly. There we go. Block that up nicely. Fantastic. Alright, I'm going to get back inside the base really quickly and then go into the nether for some very evident reasons, which I'll explain shortly. I'm also kind of thinking here, on a side note, I might expand this all the way out to this wall for these guys, which might be a little bit better. Give them a little bit more space to do stuff. Alright, okie dokes. The reason we're here is apparently these, they do, okay, that's what I wanted to do. They like cook straight away, so you don't have to waste a bunch of time cooking them and waiting for them to cook. You can just like place them all down and sort of fix themselves up, or they become like normal sponges again, which is awesome, which just saves me so much time and coal. There we go, awesome. And that can just break them quickly, which is awesome. Because yeah, that's the thing that I think was taking so long the first time I did this, is you just spend so much time just digging up, or like cooking sponges, so at least this way you can just come in and place them and get them all back nicely. And there we go, that takes like 2 minutes to do, and then we can just go straight back into the water and sort of repeat the process, which is awesome. Oh, hey zombie, what are you doing here? I haven't seen one of you in the base in a long time. I can imagine it's because I've actually got no lighting here. Ironically, that's probably what's caused it. Okay, what I do want to do as well is I know I've got Unbreaking 3 upstairs. I wanted to get efficiency 4 from you for my hoe. So, and then I don't know if I should get Fortune 3 as well for the hoe. Yeah, you know what, why not? We'll get Fortune 3. This will be like the best hoe all around. Reason for this, I just want to make this hoe like a little bit better at mining up all the sponges back up, because it takes forever to do so. And we'll get Unbreaking 3 on it as well, and we'll do Fortune, why not? There we go. My anvil's broke, but it is a-okay. Alright, let's get back down here. Like I said, reason for that, I just want this hoe to be better, faster, stronger, a little bit more long lasting. It means I can sort of like place this all so much faster, and it just does a better job at it, or like it mining it all up. Alright, I'm just going to do this, where I'm just going to place this like all the way through, and hope this just sucks up as much water as humanly possible. And then from there we'll sort of go down each side on the side, which looks like this has done a pretty good job of sucking this all out this way. And we'll sort of work our way like this, and this should suck up most of the water, which will be great. Just make my life a lot easier. There we go. We'll suck that up. Do that. We'll do this here. We'll sort of work each side a little bit nicely, a little bit more nicely. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just speaking for the sake of speaking. And there we go. We'll place this here. Hopefully this does most of this. Oh my gosh, so much water. Jeez. But I couldn't imagine doing this the old school way with sand to get rid of this all. Like this would have just taken forever otherwise. Alright, there we go. What we'll do is I will just place some torches along, because we do need some light in some capacity. I do know a few of these I mined up didn't actually, or a few of these I placed didn't actually suck up any water, so I might have some more, which is good. Like these 4 that I got, so I can probably place these here to clear up some more water. Let's get rid of all the water in these sort of sections, which would be fantastic. I can still ironically just place these as normal blocks to sort of lower these all down regardless, to sort of kill the source blocks. But either way, that was good, we did well. I guess now for the fun part of going back into the nether and sort of repeating the process again, which is alright, which is, like I said before when we did it the first time, still so much faster than cooking them all and waiting bloody 10 minutes for dry back up. But yeah, I gotta say this efficiency definitely does make all the difference in mining these blocks back up quickly. On a side note, I kind of started digging this all up, and I kind of realised I need to also just bring some glass over here, begin placing glass for what I want to do here. Is I want to place like a layer of glass obviously above and below for these guys, but I'll have to bring some over and show you guys what I want to do. But we'll go get all of the, we'll go into the nether first, and then I'll come back and fix this all up. So we do need some fences as well, admittedly. So I'm going to do a couple of things. I do have fences, fantastic. I was worried that I didn't for half a second, but we do. I really should have made the effort to go get more sponges. So I've got like a couple stacks of it, but I think at least for this project, it's kind of 63 is enough for the time being. Kind of get away with it, but that's right. We'll see how we go with this round. I think I might have to make 2 more troops after this, or maybe 3, because I know I left a couple of the wet fortresses. Oh, the wet fortresses, I don't know what they're called, but under the water where you get the sponges that I didn't go into, but should still have some sponges in them, but I just can't remember which ones did and which ones didn't. So I might have to make that a whole episode for when we need more sponges, so I'll make the effort to do that at some point. What I wanted to do here, in some weird sort of way, I wanted to place all this glass here, so they've got a full glass roof above them, and I guess same goes for here as well. And what I'll do is I'll jump down because I think it's probably going to be easier for me to deal with it that way. And same goes here. I want to place this glass here because I think this whole wall we're going to remove, like once we start digging down, we're going to remove everything underneath it, if that makes sense. And same goes for this wall here. I'll replace this with glass because that whole wall behind and that whole section we're going to dig down. So we're going to have almost like a suspended sort of roof, if that makes sense, or like housing bit. And I guess the same goes on this side, I think, that I'm going to have to repeat the process here. And even for the floor bit as well, it just is all going to need to be glass. So I might just like push this or get rid of this all. It's going to be a bit awkward looking for the time being, but you guys will kind of see what I'm thinking once it all sort of comes to fruition a little bit later. Just actually hoping that I'm going to have enough glass to sort of fill this all up, which I might not actually have enough glass. No, I'm not. Oh, that is going to be such a pity. Okay, well that's placed. So I guess what I'm getting at is, because this whole section here is going to be like totally removed, and same with everything below. I'm going to replace this section here with glass. And then same with their flooring, like kind of like what I started with that bit there is going to be glass as well. Oh, actually, I can probably leave that there anyway. But the good thing is once I jump over and I kind of get in here, I can now remove this and they're going to have a lot more space now, which is nice and great for them that they'll have space to do stuff. And I can probably as well sort of, sorry guys, it's going to be a bit awkward. I don't want to hit you, but I should begin to move their beds sort of around, so at least they're not like cramped like they are here, the poor bastards. They'll actually have proper beds to sleep on. There we go, we'll do that one and do that, and there we go. Now they've actually got a nice proper wall to sleep on. That cannot be comfortable, my man. Oh, because I've got the bed sideways like that. Okay, can I push you off the bed? Can I like do that? You poor dude. And that can't be comfortable either, sleeping halfway in the wall. There you go, my dudes. Actually got nice proper beds now. Alright, I need to get more glass, but you guys can kind of see what I'm beginning to do. I'll sort of start digging up these blocks as well. But basically, all of these blocks underneath as well are going to be completely removed. So it's going to have like this whole sort of suspended sort of like glass house, if that makes any sense, but it looks horrible at the moment. I just need more glass to sort of begin to finish it. So, but yeah, we'll leave that for the time being. What I will do is dig up here, because I just do need a way of getting out into this section, at least to sort of continue what we were planning on doing. I do need to place torches here as well, because it's like a breeding ground for mobs. Alright, let's place this here. Let's hopefully get some rid of, yep, that worked like a dream. Now for this section back here, there we go. Get rid of all of this water. There we go. How fantastic is that? Looks beautiful. And now for this sort of interior section in here, perfect. Worked like a dream. Actually, I'll get rid of all of these blocks here because I don't really want to be coming back to get these blocks a little bit later, but we'll slowly sort of just start placing away with all of these blocks and see how we go. Hopefully this does the job ever so nicely. I'm just thinking it's going to be like this whole section here, which is going to be such a hassle. And this is where I'm going to need all the extra sort of sponges, which I really should go and get, but I won't because I'm lazy. But my God, you just go like, you look at how much bloody like blocks I was placed and it did absolutely nothing. I will sort of go here though. I kind of want to get rid of as much water in here as I can. There we go. At least that's dropped down nicely. Because I actually want to start clearing out all of these blocks as well. If we can do that, that will be Fantastic. This is going to be such a hassle because there's just, like I said, so much goddamn water. God damn, this is actually insane just how much water there is. Like, gosh, it's like so persistent. Alright, that's the bulk of it done now. Now for the fun part of getting all these sponges back. I will say though, it does make me so happy when I like dig all these blocks back up and I do get like sort of 4 or 5 back that like are dry. It's like just yes, you know, I can like place some more down and get rid of some more water. Alright, let's get rid of these sort of remaining sort of water sections or water blocks in here. Clear as much of this up as we can. And there we go. Alright, I'm going to go do hopefully one more session of, or one more trip to the nether. Do the rest of this, but I might have to be 2, sort of sadly. Yeah, I reckon we might have to do 2 more. I'm just getting the feeling that it's not going to be enough to sort of get rid of this whole section of water. Alright, let's repeat this one more time. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But now my luck it'll be like 3 more times, or 2 more times after this. This is so efficient, I'm going to say. And thank you to whoever told me. I know one of you guys actually told me to do this, and I never acted upon it, but thank you to whoever did. I can't remember, but you told me like ages ago, so it is much appreciated. Like that, just so, like that just saved me like 10 minutes of waiting. This makes such a difference. It's a neat little trick. Alright, I guess let's just start like this, to be honest. We'll just sort of go right down the middle like we've usually done, and sort of hopefully that gets rid of a good chunk of water, and then we'll sort of work our way down the middle, or like sort of go on each side. I'm hoping this gets rid of the bulk of it, but it kind of doesn't look like it has, unfortunately. But oh, there we go, that's kind of knocked down most of it there. Let's do this corner bit here. This is where it gets funky, where it like sort of all splits off. You kind of got to run around in random spots to sort of place it. I think we have to run down the side now as well to sort of clear up this section. So there we go. It's so difficult because like you're trying to swim and then the water like just falls and disappears while you're doing it. But that is alright. There we go. Got most of it. Let's just sort of, I guess now, repeat the process as per usual. This is easy though, digging it all up like this, which is good. So I was right, we were going to have to go back to the nether again for another one. And the question will be is whether we'll need to go a 3rd time though. That'll be the interesting thing. I don't think we will. I think 63 is just enough to sort of clear out this whole section here, I hope. Just going to pick up the sort of few remaining straggler sponge blocks wherever they've gone, which I think we might have just lost. Oh no, there's one there. I was going to say, oh, there's 2, 3. Okay, perfect. I was going to say, it's so hard to find them, like, once you start to lose them. Like, they all just sort of disappear. Or I should actually admittedly pick them up as I dig them up and not just destroy all of them and then run around and try and find the rest. Here we go. Here they are, though. Alright, back to the nether for hopefully one more time. I still sort of do wish, though, that that glitch didn't happen with the nether portal. That I could have the nether portal inside my base. But for whatever reason, it was, like, spawning me, like, in different spots every time I left. But over here has been sort of consistently fine with me entering and leaving. So I don't know what happened with the chunks over there. Hopefully this is the last time. But I kind of feel we might have to come back once more, potentially. Oh no, sorry, we will have to come back once more anyway, just to get them to be dry again. But maybe, or I can just cook them back at base, but maybe one more time potentially for just getting them back to normal dry sponges to clear this out. Maybe. We'll see how we go. Oh, this way. I was going to say, it's about to run all the way around. Alright, let's do this. Let's see how we go. Let's hope that this is sort of, we'll use them sparingly to sort of clear out as much as we can. I don't really want to spam it and then it sort of not work. I reckon this section we're going to need a lot though. There we go. Hopefully this sort of clears this all out nicely. Here we go. Get rid of that. But looking good though. It's doing well so far. Alright, let's see how we go here. Hopefully this isn't too difficult to get rid of all of these blocks. But it might be a little bit of an annoyance. But seems to be doing pretty well though. We seem to be clearing out most of it, which is nice. Oh, there we go. Just placed a whole bunch of them that didn't do anything. I'm going, God, that's weird that they're not absorbing any water. Just this section here that's going to be sort of difficult. So I think there's just still so much volume of water around. And same with here, it's just like, just so much water. Get rid of one and then like it just sort of keeps spreading, goddamn. It's actually insane. But nonetheless, it looks like it's slowly sort of being all absorbed, which is nice. There we go. And then this section here, which is just the only one that's sort of holding on. There we go. I know I've got a lot of dry runs around, which I'm going to pick up. I'm not too stressed. Like here, I placed like 3 that like were dry and didn't absorb anything. So it's funny how that happens. And we've got so much sand here, which is great. I'll be able to dig all this up really quickly, which is just what we needed. But here we go. There we go. That should be it for the water. Maybe if I place one there. All right, people. I think that is it. I think we have, oh, except for this bit of water down here, which is like holding on. But there we go, peeps. That is all of the water done. Actually, no, that was a lie. It's not all the water done. There was one little flock hiding there. But there we go, everybody. How good is that? It is all finally done with one beautiful sponge to spare. So happy days. I'm glad this is all done. I think now we've got the fun part of sort of clearing this all out and at least leveling it all out to one sort of level, which will be good. I will admittedly pick up all of this sand because we do actually need it for what I was trying to do over there. So I'm just going to pick all this up now and cook it all up and we'll be good. I was right in the sense that we were going to need this sand in some capacity at some point, so which is good. We've got some clay as well. So it actually turned out well that I didn't get all of this sand because it's coming clutch now, which is great. On a side note, I realised I should actually get rid of all of the sand under here as well, ironically, because, like I said, just a good source of sand. And at least this will give us sort of easy access into the base, which is nice, which we sort of so desperately need. I think same goes for here as well. We'll sort of clear all this up. Been meaning to get rid of this sand for so long, but I guess totally forgot about it and never got around to it. So it's great that it's can finally clear it all up. I guess I just got to figure out what I want to replace this all with and sort of see how we go from there. Which does admittedly make me think I do sort of need to figure out how I want to approach these sort of corner bits moving forward, because I do want to have them go all the way down to bedrock in some capacity, like with the actual base and the walls. But I guess I just don't know how. I guess I'm going to want it to, like how I'm going to want to build the steps and all that down. Like I don't know if I want to have it be like a sort of spiral sort of staircase like this all the way down, sort of like how we've got here, which that I'm not quite sure of, honestly, how I want to do all that. But we'll figure something out one way or another. On a more positive note, I do want to chuck that in to cook really quickly, as well as all this sand we need to start cooking. I'll hold the rest of the sand on me. Oh, I do have an extra name tag anyway. Oh my god, okay. I was going to say for the cat outside that I never ended up naming. I did have a spare name tag. That's good to know. Alright, well, all that glass cooks. What I do want to do is just level off this section over here very quickly. I just want it to be sort of all nice and open. So I think the quicker we do that, the better. And now that I've got the capacity to do it without getting absolutely, without drowning, or with water just being annoying to deal with in general. We'll sort of work our way through this, clear out all of this dirt. Can have so much goddamn dirt though, oh my god. Which is a good thing. I'll probably have a need for it at some point later. Or some sort of like area that I want to redevelop, and it'll be useful to have like a whole couple chests worth of dirt. Now for the fun part of digging up all the stone, which is going to be like so goddamn long to do, but that's alright. Oh, hey kitty, what are you doing in here, my man? Of all the places, a little cave kitty. How did you get in here, my man? Of all the places to be, you managed to like get inside this. Well, if I can catch you, and, or not catch you, but tame you is the right word. Well, I have to call him Cave Kitty. And the good thing is as well, I'm going to say, with getting all of this cobblestone, I'm going to actually start cooking it into just regular smooth stone, because I kind of want to replace a lot of the sort of wall blocks as we dig down to be just like stone and stuff, so it looks a lot nicer than how it is currently. But we're going to need a lot of stone for that, so I'm just going to get cooking on stone. I think for next episode, what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to build like a farm, like an iron golem farm, and maybe or creeper farm definitely, because I do need like a lot of sulfur for in the nether. I don't think I ever explained that, but I want like a lot of TNT just to sort of start blowing up the nether, so we can get like the netherite stuff, which we are going to need at some point. So I need to get started on that, but we just need sulfur so I can literally blow up the nether. But that's just, like I said, going to take a whole lot of sulfur to do, so going to do that. And a gold farm as well. And mainly the gold farm is to finish our powers, so they're level 2 and they're a whole lot better. But there we go. That is that done. It's all kind of leveled off to a nice sort of level, which is great. And I think I'll leave it be like this for the time being, because I think I've got, like I said, a whole bunch of other stuff to sort out and figure out and begin doing. But I think once all that sort of falls into play, then we can actually begin the mining section all the way down. Like I said, though, this is going to be a weird one where I kind of don't know how I'm going to want to approach building every level within the base, if that makes sense. Because like I kind of don't want to have ladders all the way up. I kind of do want stairs, but I don't really know how I'm going to do this. Because like even if I do it like this, where I do sort of level by level, if this makes sense, it's just not going to look good. Because I think admittedly I did give it a crack, but it didn't look all that amazing, to be honest. Because like even if you kind of start here, you're going to need like one solid level here for it to be decent, and then yeah, it just doesn't look all that. I don't know how to explain it. Then like if you put stairs, it doesn't look good. I don't know, but we'll play with it and we'll see how we go. Anyway, I need to get up here and get the rest of this glass. But there you go. Even from here it looks pretty interesting. It kind of looks a bit weird, to be honest, but I think to be fair, that's because I haven't actually done what I want to just yet. But this should give you guys a better general idea of what I want, with me wanting to dig this all the way down to bedrock. So it'll look a little bit better at some point, but yeah, we'll get there eventually. Alright, on a more positive note, let's sort of finish this up here. This is sort of finish what I was kind of wanting to do. But yeah, this is kind of what I had in mind with the glass and stuff, so it doesn't look all that amazing just yet, because like I said, I need to clear this all out. It looks so ugly at the moment. The idea's there. The plan's there, so just gonna take a little bit of time to do it though. That's the only struggle. And it's actually probably better that they're sleeping while I do this, because otherwise they just like run around and be difficult to deal with. And it's like, just like, please stop being in the way. Like right now they'd be in here jumping and in here and like in the holes. And it's like, just move so I can place these blocks down. Except, sorry, but I'm gonna have to be annoying to you. The one bed you had to sleep on. Yeah, sorry, bro. It's like, what the hell? Like, just let me sleep, bro. Perfect, that's what I wanted. You guys I shouldn't need to disturb, because I've actually got space to get under your bed and replace all this glass. I need to do this wall as well, which we'll do very quickly while they sleep. And once it's all done, they're going to have a nice little glass blockhouse to live in, which is all awesome. There we go. Fantastic. And this sort of wall here is what I'm talking about, with it looking all disgusting and not being made out of stone, that I need to replace, which I should actually go and get stone now and replace while they're sleeping, because otherwise it's going to be such a drag to try and do it a bit later. Which, I mean, luckily I've got a whole bunch of stone already cooked, which is rather nice. But there we go, that's that section blocked off, and I should be able to just squeeze in, place that under there as well. There we go, awesome, cool. At least that wall's nice. And like I said, I'll deal with all that later, and all underneath this later as well. It looks horrible, it looks disgusting, but I guess trust in the process, peeps, and it'll be so worth it also very, very soon. But yeah, I think that's it, to be honest. I don't really have any other things I want to do this episode. I'm going to chuck all this glass in here that I thankfully don't really need anymore, which is great. Good thing to say, that we don't need any excess sand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this cobblestone and begin cooking it upstairs. I'll actually leave a couple stacks here just in case we do need cobblestone for whatever bizarre reason. And yeah, I'll go begin cooking that up there. But yeah, anyway, I guess thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a really good episode. We got a lot done, so I am so stoked. It looks great so far. We actually did so much, which is awesome. Which is not what I can say about the last few episodes, admittedly. The last 3 that went up all of last week. Like, that just took forever. Like I said, just looks absolutely great. We've done a remarkable job. It looks fantastic. So I'm so pumped. I'm so happy with how this all looks so far. Still got a lot to do, but once it's all done, once it's all done, it'll be so good. But like, we've got a lot of work ahead of us to do. So, but anyway, that being said, I'll let you guys all go. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. So, adios.